welcome to our little show. Would you guys please introduce yourselves and your band?
Hi everybody, my name's Daniel, one of the members, vocalist from Cranial Detriment.
Demo, guitarist. Johnny, bassist.
Miguel, drums.
And you said you were missing a member right now. He kind of just wandered off into the abyss.
Oh yeah, he's one of our other guitarists, Fonzie.
Would you guys please give us a little bit of the history of your guys' band?
Well, as far as I recall, I remember jumping into the band back in 2019. I've actually known most of these guys from high school and everything, but I didn't really come into the picture until maybe a few years later. These guys were already, doing their own thing. He was doing drums.
We had like a first rendition, like maybe a year or two before he joined, but we weren't really doing much. It just kind of was still getting our...
It's a little side thing.
Yeah, and getting our lineup together also, just
Gotta find the right vibe.
Yeah, exactly. So the last thing we needed, we slowly started trickling in like other people. Juan came in a little bit later, and then Demo too. But then Daniel was the last one. We needed a vocalist, especially where we start playing shows and everything. Like we need a vocalist. We had lyrics already. We just needed somebody to jump in. Like 3 months notice, he jumped in for our first show.
Nice.
And killed it. We're like, dude, you're in there. And like you said, like we've known each other since high school, but we're talking about 2000. What? I'm 2003, 2004, 2005, something like that.
Somewhere in the early 2000s.
Yeah, so we've known each other for a long time. Yeah, we're old, by the way. But,
Oh no.
yeah, exactly. But still, like, we've known each other for a long time. It's just something we wanted to do later on. And now it's fun ever since.
Well, speaking of like how your band gets along, can we get a little explanation of like how you would best describe your band's sound and vibe?
See, that's probably the toughest, honestly, because we try to, bring it down to, okay, that this is the kind of genre that we are, but we have elements of death metal, we have elements of thrash. I would say maybe most of our songs have a little bit more thrash and death, but we have elements of black metal, groove metal, just different things. We're just like, people ask us, we're like, hey, we're just a metal band.
Valid.
Pretty much it is.
That's perfectly fine. Now,
The heavy, the fast.
heavy and fast?
Yes.
Don't worry, that's good. That's a good thing for Southern California. We apparently love that here.
Yeah.
All right, so may I ask what bands or artists inspire you guys and how you perform as a band together?
Oh, I mean, inspiration. Metallica, I guess.
I mean, for each one of you if you want.
Yeah. It's just all over the place. Slayer, Cannibal Corpse. Just so many bands I can't even. Just so many influences. I guess that's kind of why we are so like weird as far as our genre, because everybody kind of listens to different metal. And we just kind of blended it all in.
For me, I grew up with Korn. It was one of the first, any type of metal for that matter. I grew up with Korn, and then from there, it was a little bit of Disturbed, Slipknot, Godsmack, and a few other ones, but yeah, I mean, usually we just try to take a little bit of elements of a little bit of everything.
I remember in high school before I met him, I just knew a few like little bands, the main ones, and he's actually the one that got me into all the metal.
There's always that one
Yeah.
friend that
Of
tosses
course,
you into
yeah.
the deep end. You need those friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You gotta mention Brujeria.
Oh, Brujeria for sure.
I love wearing the shirt, doesn't even think about their time.
And Asesino too. man.
As a band, what has been your favorite show you've performed together so far? It's okay if they're different from each other.
Honestly, I think the show we just kind of get more locked in and more focused, and we just have more fun because of that. So I think every show for us just gets funner, gets us
More enjoyable.
Yeah,
More enjoyable.
I'd say for the most part, it's the interacting with, the people that like come and see like any, if it's us or another band. Like honestly, it's the vibe. To be honest, me in particular, I can't really pick an actual show. I mean, all of them, to be honest, for me, they just keep getting better.
That's good. Out of all the bands that are here tonight, who are you most excited to see?
I know for us, we played with Witch before.
Yeah.
And before, it was just a one-man band. So now he's got the whole band.
Got them all.
Yeah, and it's the first time I'm going to check him out, so we're pretty stoked for that.
Now, is the reason why you're very excited to see them because they're the homies, or because you just think they're such an amazing competition?
I really, the competition for sure is there. I think all bands.
Yeah.
But it's more for the love.
Today.
It's more for the love, especially since we've seen him, we play with them, and we love his music. So, but we've never seen it with live instruments. So it's one of those things like it's just.
You need the experience.
Yeah.
If you guys are actually able to make it all the way through the battles in America and make it to Wacken, what would be the first thing you guys want to do in Germany?
Cranial!
Drink a beer.
Drink a beer?
Drink a beer real quick. Just to wake us up and know, like, are we really here? You know what I mean?
You gotta get that realization of there's actually good beer here, not piss water.
Exactly, for sure. But I mean, just in general, like probably just walk around, just try to take it all in.
Just enjoy the scenery in a different
Yeah.
country.
And for sure, the bands. You know that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just watch all the bands.
Do you guys have any advice for other bands wanting to start up, or anybody who wants to start their own band?
Just keep at it.
Yeah, that's a typical thing. I would say though, for sure, I've been in other bands, and I know he's been in other bands. One good thing that we did have is that we had that camaraderie right off the bat because we knew each other already. So it's kind of like, oh, you want to play guitar? Oh, cool. It's not just like, oh, we gotta go practice, and then, oh, I don't like that dude, or I don't like that dude, or whatever. It's always like drama. It's like, oh, you just go play and whatever. But no, we actually go play, and then after that, hang out, make some carne asada, you know what I mean? Or
So don't
something.
give up and just actually
Find
hang
good-
out with each other.
Find good band members, I would say. Basically, like, we got lucky that we know each other for a long time, but actually just find
Gotta have that
band
good
members.
chemistry.
Yeah.
If it's the one thing that makes you happy, don't let anyone take that away from you. Just keep at it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Do you guys have any new up-and-coming projects or events that you're doing? Any concerts that you guys want to tell about to the public?
Honestly, just stay tuned. We're hoping to record soon, but we don't have a big social media thing right now. We're slowly building it up, but definitely we want to record.
But yeah.
Put some videos out there, even if it's just lyric videos, whatever it is, just kind of put it out there. And that's probably our next thing for sure.
Yeah, we definitely have some side projects. We just don't have any like concrete dates at the
Yeah,
moment.
that too. Shows will come up too. We're just focused on this one for now.
No, that's valid. That's totally fine. And if you do make it to the next round, you have like about a month of planning before that.
Right.
All right. So last question. Where are the best places to keep in contact and just keep up with how you guys are doing? Any like good social media? Any places to hear your music?
Buddy.
Yeah, you guys can follow us on TikTok, Cranial Detriment Metal. You can also follow us on Facebook. It's the same, and Instagram. I currently have my own page at Dravicana89 also. I also upload things from the band and everything, and hopefully at some point work on some new merchandise and everything. That way, give out a little bit more out for the public and stuff.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. Good luck out there and
Thank you,
stay
guys.
fucking brutal.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
just went to the OB Playhouse for the first time. It was a good time. I saw Sweeney Todd also for the first time. Had never even seen the movie. Let's go. What's going on? This is Woods Witch at the Battle. I don't think I'm supposed to be talking.
It's your interview, Ghost.
Everyone.
If you could please introduce yourself in the band. Yeah, go off.
Hell yeah. Okay. We are Woods Witch. I'm Stuart.
Hey, I'm Dan. I'm sort of unofficial member, but I play guitar.
Yeah, buddy.
My name's Keith Schreiber. I play drums.
I'm Adrian Holtz. I'm the bassist.
Hell yeah. I forgot to say guitar and vocals. Woo.
Hell yeah. And now, can you please give a brief history of your guys' band?
Oh, yeah. So, like, 2019, 2020, it was just me, and I really wanted to play shows, and it's difficult to, it's difficult to put together a band and, like, get everything going. People try for years, and so it got to where I was like, I just want to play shows, so I did one-man black metal for a bit. I just put out an EP, programmed the drums, did everything myself, made it to a show here, which was really cool. And then after that, I was like, okay, I proved I could do it. Now this is kind of lonely, and it would sound better with real instruments. So Keith, we had been friends for a long time, and he had slowly been like, hey, let me do real drums. Hey, let me do real drums. And he joined the band, and it was sick. And then he knew Adrian, and Adrian joined on bass. And then Dan... You guys, what's the deathcore project?
Oh, we're Ghosts of Salo.
Yeah.
Me and Keith and I have another deathcore project up and coming that we're writing music for called Ghosts of Salo, so be on the lookout for that.
Hell yeah. So we've just been having homies fill in for second guitar so far, so Dan's been helping us out, which is super appreciated, and we're on the lookout for a full-time second guitarist. And I think that's most of it. We put out a second EP with all real instruments, which was a lot of fun. We went on tour last year for the first time. That was sick.
You said you're black metal, but could you better describe your sound?
Yeah.
Here, can I get this one?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so I mean, like, we are a black metal project, but we do have a lot of, like, doom and stonery kind of breakdowns, as well as some... We're trying to venture out and write some more music that'll be maybe a little bit dipping our toe into the death metal realm. We're just kind of pulling from all styles of heavy music, really. But as long as it's emotional and heavy and brutal, we like it.
Heavy, deep, and
Yeah. Real fast, real slow, always like an emotional through line of like something to attach to. But yeah.
Dynamics. That's what brought me to the music. Is a lot of dynamics in the music, which isn't that prevalent in like a lot of heavy genres these days. So having those nice dynamic changes and just emotion behind the music is why I love it.
It's a cool sound.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
100%. Do you have any inspiration for this sound? Any other artists? Or?
Fuck. You want to go first for drums?
Oh, drum-wise, I mean, I copy a lot of different drummers. Dervig Einerfreit is my favorite German black metal band. The drummer's incredible, so anything he does is awesome. But, I mean, I listen to everything. I listen to black metal, deathcore, electronic music, and so I just kind of pull influence from everything and try to make it groovy, fun, and funky.
I mean, I'm a classical bassist as well. I play the double bass, and I try to bring as much of that sensibility into this world as I can. That kind of helping support that emotional through line and just making a big sound, a big brutal sound, but also like a nice sound. It's like you want to be mowed over by this sound.
Yeah, and I would say, I think the first band that I listened to that I was like, that's what I want to do, was Altar of Plagues. They have an EP called White Tomb. That it was the first time I heard the like, oh, it's the real fast black metal. Oh, and then they're gonna crush into a doom stretched out part. So I think like Altar of Plagues, Uada's a big favorite for me. Not that we necessarily like have the same riffs, but that same kind of emotion. Woods of Ypres was a huge influence for me.
Now, as the lineup you have right now, what's the favorite show you guys played at this band?
The LA one?
Or
Till
the
two.
LA
We-
one. Technically,
Yeah.
technically
Yeah.
we're going with all four of us. We've only played 2 shows with Dan.
Yeah.
So that one, yeah, probably the Till 2 one.
Yeah.
That was definitely a killer show.
Yes, I like the LA one better. I like the stage set better on that one. Yeah,
That one was fun. That was the first time in a long time I felt like I could hear every one of our instruments, and I was like, yes, this sounds good.
But I definitely think the most impactful one we had was the festival in Cascadia in Midsummer in Washington.
So without Dan, shout out to my homie James who was filling in the summer, and we played Cascadia in Midsummer, which was really, really sick. Like, had a bunch of people watching and hooting and hollering, and the stage is built into the forest. It was very cool and very fulfilling.
Sounds very fitting for the Woods Live.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually the cover of the second EP, Warmth and Comfort, with the bonfire and the trees. Those are 2 photos smashed together from Cascadia Midsummer.
Really? Is that where that's from?
Yeah, that's the bonfire at the festival. I was like, this is perfect for the theme of this EP.
Fuck yeah. All right, but tonight, is there any other band that you're excited to see? Maybe fierce competition?
Dude, half the bands we haven't met before. I know one's from TJ. I don't know if one's down from LA. But I think more excited to hear some other bands for the first time. Like, it was cool looking around and being like, I don't actually know everybody here.
And different genres, too. Like, that'll be fun. I've heard of Cranial Detriment before, so I'm kind of excited to see them just because I've, like, seen some of their stuff. But
Cranial are the homies. I'm trying to think of who else is playing. I don't think we've played with anybody else, so it'll just be cool to see everybody.
If you were to make it past all these battles and go all the way out to Germany, what would be the first thing you do in Wacken?
Ooh. Like at the festival proper?
Either Germany or festival proper, either or.
If we make it, what we've talked about that would be the coolest is if we're already going that far, might as well play a couple shows. So like if we could if we could fly into Copenhagen, book a show there, that's the international city that I've wanted to see for the first time for a long time. So it'd be cool if we could play a couple shows.
A European tour going.
Yeah. Right? Like if you're spending the money, if you're spending the time, like why not bang out 4 of them, you know?
Fair enough point there.
Any other additions?
I mean, I would yeah.
Get a pretzel?
Yeah, exactly.
I would selfishly want to stay there and see if there's any shows from like 2 German bands that I love who never come to the U.S.
Dervig.
Yeah, Dervig.
We'd like to play with Dervig.
Shout out to Cytotoxin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're a sick tech deathcore band.
Hell yeah. So, for anyone starting a band or any up-and-coming bands, do you have any advice to give out to them?
Oh, this is so fun. You guys take this first.
Okay. I mean, like, I feel like everyone on the internet talks about the fact that it is a business and it is really hard, but, like, first and foremost, like, you're a musician, you're an artist, get your technical chops together, get your band together, know what you want to sound like and work towards sounding like that. And once you have that, then become an entrepreneur. Then put your content out. But that's all secondary to you're a musician. You need to make good music. You don't just need to churn out content and music for the machine, even if it'll get you views.
For the machine.
Yeah, definitely agreed with that. I would also say, I mean, it's a lot of work, so know what you're getting into beforehand. Both with gigging, practicing, writing music, recording. We do everything ourselves so far, so it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And what's most important is that whatever like musical project you're trying to start or join is that you're passionate about the music. Because if you're not passionate about the music, you're not going to have the emotional will to put in the effort that's needed to make it great.
Show up to practice. Everybody show up to practice. That's very important. Bring your timing. Bring your passion. Be willing to work hard, and just be willing to have fun too, because that's a big part of it too. Just be willing to have fun and not take things too seriously. Take things seriously, but just also not take things too seriously at the same time. Yeah, don't take yourself too seriously. Exactly. Yeah.
I'd say the 2 for me are. Like, number 1, just don't let anything stop you. You know, if you want to be playing in a band and it's not happening, fucking make it happen. You know, like, do as much as you can do. If you can't find people, do it yourself. You know, like, which is a lot, obviously, but like, just don't let anything stop you, because it is really hard to pull together an entire band and then stay together long enough to play shows and make recordings. You know, it's like, just fucking don't let anything stop you. And then number 2 would be, you're in a relationship with 3 to 4 to 5 other people, you know, like you have to be a decent person and a good communicator, and you have to be able to be like, hey, can I share a frustration, you know, and have everybody know that you're all just trying to do your best and you're not trying to shit on anybody, you know, because you hear like it's easy for bands to fall apart when just like somebody feels antagonized and somebody's like slowly getting more and more upset but not talking about it. Like, you got to talk about shit, you got to care about each other, you got to communicate.
Do you guys have any up-and-coming projects or something you would like to share to the viewers?
We've got this show. The only other show on the books, it's been a little bit slow actually. The only other show on the books is at the end of this month here.
March
Thank
28th.
you. Yeah, Thursday.
For Abhorria.
Yeah, that's going to be a sick show. Son of Leviathan jumped on. Pyre's going to be on it, who we've played with Son of Leviathan a bunch. They're friends. Pyre we love, but we have not yet played with, and so it's going to be great to hang out with them. And we're working on new songs right now. So hopefully by the end of the year we'll be going into the studio or something. So I'm working on new riffs. Yeah, and we'll probably start putting together a summer or a fall tour. Either another run of the West Coast like last year, or some of the Southwest, something like that. But it'll be good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, can you list off all your social media and where you can find your music?
Oh yeah, Woods Witch Official for everything. Instagram's the main hub for us for communication and posting stuff.
Millennials. We haven't gotten on TikTok yet.
Yeah. Once we have some sick vids, we're probably going to branch in. But we've got the Facebook too, but we're less active there, just cross-post over. So, yeah, Woods Witch Official at Instagram, Woods Witch Official at Gmail, if you need to email us for booking or anything like that.
We're on Spotify, Apple Music, like all of the places, yeah.
Music's everywhere. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Thank you guys so much for your time, and remember, stay metal!
please introduce yourselves and your band.
All right, I'm Tad. This is Faerie Qveene.
Armando.
Shane.
Paz, Faerie Qveene.
All right.
I'll make sure that that's not Taz, but it's Paz.
Yeah. Oh, we
I
didn't
like
do.
that you guys are like staying apart from each other to even like fix that. Like, don't get
Alright.
confused.
And if we want to go further, I'm the bass player.
Guitarist, vocals.
Lead guitar.
You can figure it out. I'm the drummer.
Someone's got to do the drums.
Congas.
Congos, that's it. Yeah, Congos.
Would you guys give us please like a little bit of a brief history of your guys' band?
So a couple of years ago, I would say maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I started getting back into music and was looking for a drummer, and went on Craigslist, and I met Paz, and we got together, started writing a couple of songs, and then we recruited Shane. Took us a couple of months to find Shane.
Was it also Craigslist?
It was actually, yeah. It is a Craigslist band. Yeah, I did find him on Craigslist too.
I came in later.
As long as we don't run into the Craigslist killer, we'll be okay.
We're still worried about this guy over here.
Yeah, I came in a little later.
We're still waiting for his background check, but we're trusting the system. But yeah, we had a different bass player, and then we went our different ways, and we found Tad not too long ago. He's been with us for about a little over a year now. So
he's earned his stripes.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Would you guys, with a name like Faerie Qveene, I'm very interested to find out what your sound or the style is. Would you guys please explain that?
Yeah. So I grew up Metallica influence, and then over the years it's been a lot of Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden and a lot of Judas Priest. So you're going to hear a lot of that in our music.
San Diego does love its heavy metal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely about the old school heavy metal, Don't get me wrong. I like the death metal scene, too. We love Paradise Lost, Insomnia, so there's a lot of death metal bands out there that we appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot.
Likes it heavy and fast.
Yeah, heavy, fast, and we like to add that, classic 80s metal flavor into our music, so that's kind of where we're at.
Nice, I like it. Now, would you guys please tell me who inspires you and how you perform in this band?
All right, well, I love Iron Maiden, Metallica, Elven King, a lot of the symphonic metal bands, and yeah, I don't know, that's what I dig, and that's why I try to take those influences and put them in and add my own things to it, and that's pretty much it.
Well, the boys don't like to hear this, but I like rhythm and blues. No. Mr. John Henry Bonham has been my favorite drummer of all time. Still the best ever. John Bonham, Led Zeppelin.
I would say my biggest influences are Zakk Wylde, Dimebag Darrell, and Kirk Hammett.
Yeah, so I grew up admiring James Hetfield and Tony Iommi, and basically listening to Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, and believe it or not, I'm actually one of my biggest influences is Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi. I feel like Richie's one of the most underappreciated guitarists of all time, so he's also got some influence here too.
As a band, what has been your favorite show you've performed together so far? If it's not the same show across the board, that's perfectly fine.
One that sticks out the most is probably the one we did at the Holding Company when we opened up for Doyle. And so I think when first of all, we're huge Misfits fans. We actually cover some Misfits songs. And so when we had the opportunity to open for Doyle, yeah, it was kind of like at first one of those dreams come true. And then it was a big crowd, a lot of moshing going on. We played a really variety of songs, anywhere from our punk songs to our rock songs to our really heavy metal songs. So I think that was probably one of the songs, that's probably been our best results on our videos, and in terms of our memory. I'm talking what was our best show? We always refer back to that Holding Company show where we had everybody at the palm of our hands and we were all connecting. We were all still,
And there was a Whiskey A Go-Go show that was fun too, right?
Yeah, we played the Whiskey a couple years ago, and that was a very unique experience. It was kind of a test for us to see if we're ready to keep going, And these guys were, I know he was a little skeptical. He's like, whiskey's a big deal. But after we did it, I think we all started believing in ourselves and what we're doing. And so I think the whiskey kind of allowed us to climb over that first hill as a band.
All right. What band are you guys most excited to see perform tonight?
I'll let you go first because you're a big, huge fan.
Yeah, Masquerade. I really want to. I'm like a huge Nightwish fan, and just that symphonic metal.
They made it pretty far last year, too.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I know they've got like the costume thing going, and they've got the singer, and they've got the, all that. So I'm looking forward to Masquerade.
But I'm excited. I'm excited to see all of them.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't really heard a lot of their music, but we met a lot of the band members early today when we were doing check-in and sound check. They're all good guys. And sometimes you don't really run into bands that are like friendly. A lot of, some bands or some band members.
Very different for the San Diego scene. We love our other members.
Yeah, and so we thought that was great. So I'm looking forward to California Villain, just because they were super nice and they were the first band to come up to us and shake our hands and introduce themselves and just have, yeah.
Same thing with me. I met Seth with Cascade, so I'm looking forward to seeing him play. And he's got an old Rogers set, which is a vintage set, and I'm all about old drums. But I'm eager to see him play.
Now, is the reason why you're excited to see these guys because you love the competition that they bring, or just because you just think they're fucking awesome people?
I think just because they're awesome people. I mean, I'll just be honest. I mean, I don't know if I speak for everybody, but I did not invest a lot of time into getting to know the bands because I didn't want to psych myself out. That's the last thing you want to do is to know that another band's probably better than you. So I, strategically stayed away. But just meeting them, and they're just good people, and that just makes me want to cheer for them and be like, hey, you know what? You guys are awesome, man.
I love that.
I know it's, and I know it's competitive and all, but at the end of the day, whoever comes out on top here is going to represent San Diego and eventually USA. So we got our
25 minutes to bring it, and then we get to cheer for everybody else.
That's right.
If you make it all the way through Wacken, is there something that you guys want to do first in Germany?
Get really drunk on some German beer and eat some bratwurst.
That's why I gave him the mic first.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah.
All around the
yeah, pretty much. That would be the deal. And see all the bands, and just it's been a dream to go there and just to be in that environment where people are all on the same page and they fucking love metal, and just to be there. Yeah.
I think I just like to sightsee for the first day or so and check out what we've all kind of learned about in our history books, and just check it out. Just absorb the energy there.
Yeah, I'm kind of with him. Like I'm a super culture person, and I've never been to Germany, so I think understanding the culture of Germany and.
You make a lot of very fierce eye contact, so be warned if you have a thing with that. They are very just.
Yeah.
So just heads up.
Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
it'll thicken my skin.
And of course the castles. Got to check out the castle.
Yeah.
Over there.
A lot of photos, a lot of photo ops. I love photo ops, so taking photo opportunities.
If you do make it to Germany, eye contact when you cheers. If not, it's bad luck during sex.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good to know, Shane. Make sure you take note.
I've already had enough bad luck, so what's a little more to do?
All right. Do you guys have any advice for anyone who wants to start a band or bands that are just starting out?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean
Save money.
Yeah, you save money.
Practice. Sit on that drum kit and practice.
And just be yourself. Play what the hell you want to play instead of listening to everybody else to do it. And then, it comes from the heart, and you just do it, and you stick with it, and you just have a lot of fun with it.
My advice would be that you are coexisting with other human beings. It's not always going to be about you and your instrument. Even if you wrote the song or even if you wrote a riff, it's a collaborative thing to be in a band. And you're going to deal with personalities that maybe you might not agree with. And it's all about finding that balance and making sure that you can coexist with everybody.
Stop bribing the judge. Don't worry, we don't actually do that here. We just all know each other.
Is he a judge?
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't check who your judges were either.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who they are.
Can you point them out to us?
Yeah.
Check the Facebook.
I know. I know there's been a lot of schmoozing going on since I walked in.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's been a lot of $20 bills been slid, so we're sliding in the wrong. We're putting it in the wrong panties, I guess.
Well, keep tipping the bartenders. Keep doing
Okay,
it.
well, it's somewhere around the bartenders, I guess.
All right. So, do you guys have any up-and-coming projects, any new concerts that you guys want to tell about to the public?
Yeah, so we are going to hit the studio in about a couple of weeks, and we got about 14, 15 songs ready to go. We've been eager to record. We're ready to go, so we're in about 2 weeks. We're going to be doing that. We're committed to the Battle of the Bands and making sure that our fan base is not, going to too many shows. We want them to all come out to these shows. And then in the summer, we're going to get going again, playing shows maybe once or twice a month, and really going around San Diego and Riverside and hopefully LA.
All right, and now to continue on with that, where are the best places to keep track of your new events, your new concerts, your new music, all that stuff? What is your social media?
It's a Faerie Qveene band.
Would you like to spell that? 'Cause
Yeah,
really different.
Yeah, so Faerie Qveene is FAERIEQVUE. QVEENE. There it is. QVEENE. And make sure to include band at the end. And we're mostly on Instagram, so I think Instagram we keep it up the most. We do post on Facebook occasionally and TikTok as well, but we're mostly on Instagram, so that's probably the best way to follow us.
All right, well, perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Good luck out there and stay fucking brutal.
All right.
Rock and roll.
Thank you.